Koppel, host of the Time for Coffee podcast, where you get firsthand career advice into the jobs and industries that interest you the most. And before we start today's show, I have a quick favor to ask you. If you haven't already, I'd be incredibly grateful if you give us a rating and a review on iTunes. And if you're like me, you need to do it now because you'll forget later and because it's the best way to help others who may be in search of career advice to find this free resource. So press pause if you haven't done it and do it right now. I'll wait. Thanks so much and enjoy today's show. Hey there, Java Junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Jennifer Brick. I know you basically wrote a whole book about how to do this, Jennifer, but top line, what are 1 or 2 tips that you can offer here, right now, to help our listeners start building a reputation, start building a personal brand to become an in-demand professional?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to answer this citing 2 of my favorite mantras that I use all the time so that you can use them as well. So the first one is going to derive from what we were just talking about. Confidence is contagious. The more aware you are, the more proud you are, and the more confident you are in your skills, your abilities, your experience, and what you're bringing to the table, the more confidence other people are going to have in you. If you don't believe me, look up in the organization, because chances are there's someone who has an exceptional amount of confidence with a mediocre to questionable level of competence that people have a lot of trust in, because when you trust yourself, other people trust you. And that's really what self-confidence is self-trust. There's so much overlap there. So confidence is contagious. The more confident you are in yourself, the more confident other people will be in you, the more opportunities they're going to get. And then the second one throws back to the conversation surrounding asking for help. Because I don't know about you, Andrea, but I was like, I'm an independent woman. I can do this on my own. And how many of us have that story of, I can do this by myself. I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody. Success is not solitary. And there are people that will support you on the way. There are people that want to help you on the way. You will help people on the way. We rise together. That is something that I deeply and truly believe. So building up a network of advocates, of people that are going to help you and people that you help, is going to change your life.
Love it. And I want to say that success and failure are not mutually exclusive. So let me ask you, Jennifer, a question that I try to ask all Time for Coffee guests, and that is to share a time in your professional life when you failed or face planted. And what's most important with this example is how you persevered. And if there was a lesson that you may have learned in the process.
Yeah, I could be here all day telling you about the number of times that I have failed. I am a highly risk-averse individual. I've also failed a ton. Because the thing is that if you never fail, you never succeed. So there is this continuum. You can't have one without the other. You can't have love without hate. You can't have success without failure. So my failures have been mundane, but really scary, like deleting an entire database.
Oh my God.
With a year's worth of accounting data that wasn't backed up.
Oh shit.
Because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I got suspended for that one. And thank goodness the CFO had randomly backed up just that one database by chance. Otherwise, I was going to be volunteering for free to manually re-enter a year's worth of data, hopefully with a high level of accuracy, because the books need to land at the same place at the end. I'm also someone who's been through multiple layoffs. And I know that's something that a lot of people are going through right now. One of the layoffs was because I was a terrible fit for the organization. We thought that we were aligned when I got started. It was a startup that I was at. I believed in the mission. I believed in the leadership. But as things grew, like there was just this veer off and I didn't feel good there and I wasn't leaving. And so they made the decision my CEO made the decision for me. And that was so hard because I was like, yeah, like I'm this executive working mom. I make a lot of money. I'm like this badass in New York. And then I wasn't. That was like, I didn't know how I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. How do I recover from this? There's no recovery from this. But the thing with failure is the only way that you fail is that you quit, that you just walk away. Instead of getting up, you lie there. And that was not somewhere that I was willing to lie because there's always going to be another option. A layoff is never permanent. There's always another job. Your reputation is never over. There's nothing that you can do that's irrecoverable in this life as long as you are living. And so just know that like setbacks, adversity, it happens to absolutely everyone. You are going to F up. There's going to be times that people don't like you. You are going to make mistakes. You will fail miserably, spectacularly, sometimes publicly. But each one of those is a learning opportunity for you. And as long as you look, and again, going back to that critical thinking skills of what can I take from this? What's being presented to me here? Yeah, it sucks. But like, where do I go from here? Then you're going to keep on moving forward and you're going to keep on moving upward.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to this latest episode of T4C. And if you're interested in learning more about my coaching services for confused college students and recent grads, feel free to check out the Time for Coffee website under the coaching tab at time4coffee.org or text me at 202-236-5712. That's 202-236-5712.